much. Well, this is probably the shortest CHS Winter Fest we've ever had in high school. We did design it that way. We feel that, with the separate concert bands and, everyone's safe with the social distancing, we felt that, getting you in, getting you out would keep you guys safe for the holidays and still give you a great musical holiday performance. This last tune is a very, very popular fan favorite during the Christmas time, and I hope you guys have a very, very Merry Christmas. Just one quick announcement. As soon as we're finished with this, students, Mr. Kubala and I will come around and sanitize your chairs. Once that is done, please grab your chair if you stand, take it back to the music room, and you are free to go. Thank you all for being here, and I hope you enjoy it.
And tonight it was complex. I mean, you had to play in both bands. What was this like, just getting through this and actually getting to be able to perform after so many rehearsals?
I mean, it was definitely a challenge, especially the mix of online and blended learners not being able to get together at the same time. But we made it work, and the few rehearsals that we did have, we made it count. So.
And what was that like for you tonight? Were you playing the same instrument in the same section? So it wasn't so bad.
Right, it wasn't as bad. I've done some other things, but tonight I was just saxophone, so it was all right. I was happy to help out.
And this was a complex process the whole time. What was that like, just being a part of this? And I mean, how'd you react when you finally found out that you were going to be able to perform this year?
Right. Yeah, we really didn't think we would. Obviously the social distancing made it a little difficult to hear the other parts, having to be 6 feet from everybody. But just the fact that we got to have it is great, and something good to end the year on at least. So.
And you're a drum major, is that right?
Yes.
I was about to say, and you had to have a leadership role in this.
Definitely.
What was that like, having to step up, especially in an extremely complex time like it's been, not only for this concert but also for the marching band as well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was just a lot of loopholes we had to kind of jump through, a lot of creative problem solving that we had to figure out. But like I said, I was happy to help and happy to be a part of this. So.
And first of all, you guys underwent an extremely complicated process just to get this show off the ground. What was it like tonight, especially after everything you guys have been through, finally stepping on that podium and conducting your bands?
I think it was a big, it was a proud moment. I think, these kids have been through very trying circumstances, trying to put together a concert with only half the band and getting to see them half the days of the week. It is extremely challenging, it's extremely stressful on these kids and on us too. But it was a very proud moment to see that they came together, played some pretty good music given our circumstances here.
Given that we had a different group every morning rehearsal we've had with this group, that's the first time that this group has performed as its entirety. So that they can still fit together is pretty awesome.
Yes.
And it's good on the kids. It shows what the kids are capable of. Which is
And
awesome.
having to split a band, having to keep it balanced, having to just put the right kids in the right spots, I mean, that just sounds like a complicated process in and of itself. I mean, how did you guys kind of find that right sound in time for the performance?
The first way we split it, when we had to split our class into two classrooms, and so we had the pick of, we did pretty equal instruments and strength of players, and we kind of divided it evenly, so that way, the freshmen weren't overwhelmed and the seniors weren't bored. And then when we split into the A-B hybrid, then we took those classes and they split them by alphabet. So then, we had 10 kids in one, 18 in another, and then but that's kind of how it's been, and we've had those morning rehearsals to kind of fill in the gaps. So,
Exactly like he said, we went from having our band split in half once to split in half again because of our hybrid model. And so these morning rehearsals, they're much needed. They're painful, but they were much needed to be able to put this together.
And seeing your kids step up in this moment, especially those kids who they were doing this virtually, so that's an additional challenge. But seeing these kids step up in the moment and put on a pretty good concert, I mean, what do you think about your students right now?
Proud, very, very proud, and I'm happy for them that that this didn't get taken away from them like a lot of things have been over the past school year.
Yeah, they did a great job, especially, like you said, the ones online that are practicing by themselves without being introduced to this. I know we had a few, like 4 or 5 of them that showed up tonight that haven't been to the rehearsals, and so it's good for them to be here as well.
Yeah.
And when you're listening to those kids online, I mean, computer speakers, they're not exactly the best.
No.
I mean, how difficult was that?
It's it's difficult, but it is a lot of the students have to take independence of their parts. Practicing with the recordings, practicing on their own with a metronome. We can only offer so much through Zoom lessons, but it's a lot. We feel like we picked music that they were going to be able to play well by practicing on their own.
All right, and a final question is, you guys know what you can do now. I don't know. Are you guys going to have a spring concert?
That is still the plan. Yes, we were still
I was about to say,
having
and regardless of the vaccine, I mean, it's kind of seems like it's winding down right now, but now that you know exactly what you can accomplish, how is this going to make the next show a little bit better, that you know how to kind of work within the system here?
I think we know better now with these groups what they're capable of. So planning for music will be a lot better, and maybe continuing with our current plan with the morning rehearsals, we might shift it up a little bit. Just depends on what each group needs, because again, every day with these kids is different. So.
It's going to be good.
Yep.
It's going to be good.
All right. Hey, I appreciate you guys.
Thank you for
you.
being here.
No, thank you.
No.